10 Cats, Dancing Queen, Jody Kidd, Return of the Mac, Michael McIntyre, and their team captain, Jason Manford. And facing them tonight, West Country Bumpkin, Russell Howard. Oh, say can you see, Rich Hall. And their team captain, John Locke. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Excellent. Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, a newborn kangaroo is just 1 inch in length? So if you're having them as a starter, I'd order a dozen. 13% of Brits exercise with a work colleague once a week. And I think you know what I mean by exercise. Things like aerobics, weight training, swimming, that sort of thing. 32% of women think they'll be left on the shelf once all their friends settle down. Yes, that's right. And on average, £150 million worth of books are stolen from libraries every year. But librarians are trying to keep it quiet. Let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. Sean's team, what do you think people have been talking about this week?
It's probably the momentous and historic victory by...
Oh, don't tell me. I've taped it.
Right. No, Obama has won a historic victory and he's the president-elect of America.
I think it was such a historic victory that I actually start to feel a little sorry for Bush because he is what they call a lame duck now, which means that Dick Cheney gets to shoot him in the face.
I'm very happy about Obama's victory. Change we need was their slogan. It's quite vague. I can't help but think they stole that from the homeless. Don't you agree? There are homeless people thinking, I wrote that, the thieving bastard. I knew John McCain wouldn't win when he kept doing that. Who does the halfway thumps? No. Even he doesn't believe in himself. We can do it. Well, it was... I don't believe we can do it.
If I thought he'd lost the election was when he got Arnold Schwarzenegger up to sort of support him. And the only criticism that Schwarzenegger could come up with for Obama was he said he's got spindly legs and he's really scrawny. Do you think, hold on a sec, Arnie, you know, take a look in the mirror. Obama's not scrawny, you're a freak.
We need to keep Obama thin so it gives snipers less to aim at, surely. You know what I mean? Just keep him like that. But he also said that McCain was ripped and that he looked like a rock. And you're like, no, he doesn't. He looks like someone sprinkled icing sugar over a ball bag. That's what he looks like. That's exactly what he looks like.
Russell, can I stop you there? Can I ask how you know that?
Jimmy.
That's how he lost his job at Greg's.
Absolutely.
There's one last barrier, though. I mean, the first African-American president, right, the next barrier to go through is obviously the first Native American president, isn't it? Like a proper, you know, Cherokee or something, have a president who becomes the president and then says, right, a lot of you out. Yeah. I want my country back.
Jodie, did you stay up and watch it?
I didn't, no. Unfortunately, I need every hour. I was great, actually. I'm just catching up on the news because all I'm surrounded with is sequins and glitter.
So when we were talking about elections and voting, you were thinking it's Strictly Come Dancing.
Do you think Sarah Palin was responsible for his failure, McCain's failure?
No, I think she probably helped him.
She couldn't be any more right-wing unless she had a gun in one hand, a baby in another, and was stood on a mound of dead gays. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think anything's going to change in America?
I hope so. That seems to be the big message. That's what everybody's clinging to, this symbolism. But in fact, the man has inherited a shit situation. And in the sense of where America is, it's a shit sandwich. But it's our choice of brown or white bread this time, and we chose brown.
Is it wrong that I keep running up to black people and going, what a day!
That's wrong, but it comes from a lovely place. Let's have a look and see if the US election is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, it is. 74% of people. Yes, Barack Obama is the new US president. With his conviction politics, charisma and good looks, they're already calling him the Black John Major. Sarah Palin now faces perhaps the most difficult choice of her political career. Just how far can she fuck off? OK, Jason's team, what else have the nation been talking about?
What do you fancy?
Oh, I know! Lewis Hamilton won the Formula One World Championships. It was a thrilling last lap. There was weather, there was rain, there was someone called Glock, and then... it was amazing. And then Ferrari thought they won, and then Lewis won, and it's a momentous day. He's the first black winner of Formula One. Is it wrong that I keep rushing up to black people in cars going, "What away?"
It is a very good week for slightly black people.
Do you think that...
It is, isn't it? Go on, so tell me more about Lewis Hamilton.
I felt a bit cheated.
You felt cheated? You weren't in the race?
No, yeah, I was...
What, because there was no dancing? How were you cheated?
No, I just thought that he was in sixth and he wasn't fast enough. But suddenly Glock, who is actually a buddy of his...
Because he slowed down and then he overtook him to get in the fifth place. I think F1 is piss boring. The last 30 seconds is brilliant. The first 30 seconds is brilliant.
It's like sex.
And then it's an hour and a half.
Last 30 seconds, first 30 seconds, absolutely marvellous. The bit in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh. Although with me, that's only 10 seconds.
But does one of your mates slow down so you can catch up?
I'm one of those people, I don't really like Formula One, and I tend not to really like people who like Formula One. If I meet someone they like Formula One, I don't know, we just don't seem to get on. You know, in fact, what I do now, if I meet someone, I just go, meow. And if their eyes light up, I'll go, I'll see you later, mate. We just don't connect. I don't connect with people who like Formula One. I don't really get it. I'd get as much pleasure if you put two washing machines side by side, put them on the same cycle, see which one finished first.
Let's have a look and see if Lewis Hamilton is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, Lewis Hamilton has become the youngest ever winner of the Formula One Championship. He won the title in true British style by coming fifth. With his good looks and sporting success, Lewis Hamilton is just like David Beckham, except Lewis Hamilton has got a sexy pop star girlfriend. Sean, Rich, Russell, what else have the nation been talking about?
Jeremy Clarkson's come through with a cracking truckers murdering prostitute joke. He's done a joke about the fact that lorry drivers spend any spare moment they've got murdering prostitutes. But the thing is, it's gone out before the watershed. It's gone out at 8:30 at night, and the BBC had a load more complaints in the wake of the Jonathan Russell Bland thing. This is the last thing the BBC needs. Oh, blimey. I think what they should do, right, scrap the licence fee. The way they should fund the BBC is their complaints number should be a premium rate phone line. Just absolute filth on the BBC all day long. And they just get so many complaints, we don't need a licence fee. John Cotton just, like, stabbing someone in the eye.
It's not just truck drivers that have been offended by it. There's, I mean, I didn't see the original recording. I still put a complaint in. But...
tradition now, yeah.
Yeah.
Jodie, you know Clarkson.
Yeah, I do.
It's kind of
I think it's a
lunatic.
bit, you know, people are jumping on the bandwagon after...
Jumping on the bandwagon? What, and all trying to kill a prostitute?
Well, no.
Top Gear. It's such a macho show. It does need some feminine input. This time of year in autumn, it's surprised they don't grow antlers and start rutting each other. It's so competitive. Why don't they have a lady in Top Gear? Why do they? Is it just so blokey?
Jodie's been on Top Gear.
I've been on as a guest.
Yeah,
Well, not as a car.
Not as a
How did you do on the old circuit?
I was top, and I think you beat me, didn't you?
Yep.
I have the record for doing the whole thing in third gear. Just put it in third and rip the shit out of it.
I did it in a shopping trolley with loads of cans. It was quite late at night. They'd all gone home.
OK, let's see if Jeremy Clarkson's one of the most talked about things this week.
We're in order here,
Yes, this is the story. Jeremy Clarkson got into trouble for suggesting all lorry drivers murder prostitutes. I tell you what, 99% of lorry drivers give the other 1% a bad name. OK, Jason, Michael and Jodie, what else have the nation been talking about?
Is it Donald Trump and his £1 billion golf resort up in swanky Scotland? He's decided right over an area of.
Why would you say swanky Scotland?
just swanky Scotland.
Like you're in a game show. You and a friend can go to swanky Scotland.
I don't think you should try to ruin the uniform greyness of Aberdeen with a green fairway.
It is. It's a granite city.
Grey.
It is grey, yeah.
I met a colorblind man once, Aberdeen. Took him out of town and cured him.
I don't think that he should build this golf course, and he should go away.
Yeah. Rick, what do you think?
I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like the cut of his jib. I don't like anything about him. I don't like the way he walks. I don't like the way he talks. I particularly don't like whatever the hell he's got on top of his head. It looks like someone's dropped a jumper on it.
But that's what's
It looks like it. Someone's just dropped a jumper's just gone plop on his head, and he's gone, I'll take anything I can get.
Mark Twain said, golf is a good walk spoiled, right, which I think shows how far we've come, doesn't it? Because now a good walk spoiled is being stabbed by a hoodie, isn't it? Oh.
Right, let's have a look and see whether this is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, Donald Trump's Scottish golf resort has been approved. Trump has had a hand in designing the golf course. It's quite unusual. The long grass at the side is combed over the fairway. Fingers on buzzers, one more thing to get. What else are we talking about? Jason.
Is it this old fella, this 84-year-old pensioner who attacked these armed robbers? There's an amazing picture of him just attacking. They were trying to get into an Ernest Jones.
Yeah, I've got the picture. There he is. You can see the guy there on the left.
What, the Jedi?
I think you'll find that's a Sith Lord. I think he's just telling that bloke, if you strike me down, I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
I think what he did is he took the balaclava off, didn't he? So that, you know, they could see his faces. And I think they were so shocked that this old dude came running up to him and ripped off their balaclavas that they kind of just went and just legged it.
I would imagine the only reason he's ripped the balaclava off is because he can't afford to pay his heating bill. Thinking I'll have that.
Can I just ask a question?
Yes.
Why are they breaking the window when the door is open?
Right, let's have a look and see whether this Have a Go hero is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, this is the story of pensioner William Grove, who foiled a robbery. The pensioner gave the robber a taste of his own medicine, some ointment for his ulcer and painkillers for his hip. That's our top 5 for this week. In other news, Welsh opera singer Catherine Jenkins has admitted taking drugs. She used to get high, and then low, and then high again, and really loud at the end. Gordon Brown visited Saudi Arabia this week to ask for economic aid. Unfortunately, Gordon Brown only has one eye, which over there means he stole a dog. In sporting news, England lost the Stanford 2020 cricket match. I love cricket, but I wouldn't want to play it, or watch it, or ever hear it mentioned again. So at the end of that round, Sean, Russell and Rich have 2 points, Jason, Jodie and Michael have 3 points. Our next round is called Pick of the Polls. Jason, Jodie and Michael, your turn to choose first. What do you like the look of?
Should we go with the Vicar?
You've chosen the Vicar. Let's have a look at a clip to illustrate the statistic.
I command in the name of the Father and of the Son...
Ken Mallin is 23. He's done many jobs and is convinced his failure to make money out of any of them was due to the malign influences of the devil rather than his own shortcomings.
May depart, beat down Satan under our feet and cause these evil forces to depart.
Ken Mallin has been exorcised twice now. He hopes this will be the last time.
The weird thing is, they said they weren't going to make any more Vicar of Dibley.
It's amazing what you have to do to get your kids into a Catholic school these days.
OK, your related question. Most people believe in the paranormal. True or false?
This is definitely true, isn't it? And it's normally old ladies who let their pets lick the inside of their mouth. Do you know what I mean? He loves me. He loves me. A friend. My mum was a diabetic. I come downstairs, jam on the table. She's still with me. You know.
Well, do you think people believe in the paranormal?
No. I don't know.
I think it's true. I'll tell you, it really winds me up is those psychic mediums. Supposedly the dead are giving them messages, but they give them the first letter of their name. If you were talking through a medium, you'd have more to say than "my name begins with B." Why would you do that? People are sitting in the audience going, "He didn't even like charades when he was alive. Why is he doing this to them?"
Jodie, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, I actually saw a ghost.
You saw a ghost?
I did at my school. Apparently, half the schoolyard was put on top of a graveyard, and so there was all these stories of this white lady. And I swear to God, I saw her at the end of the corridor.
A white lady?
A white? Well, you just see like apparition.
Did she say anything to you?
No, you just
Don't run in the corridor, Jodie!
Don't go in there. There's flour everywhere.
I had any kind of belief in the paranormal beaten out of me by years of Scooby-Doo. I suddenly realised one day, I think it was about the 400th episode, when I'd been led to believe that there was a ghost involved in the mischief that was afoot. It wasn't a ghost at all. After all, it was a very selfish and greedy man.
I think he might be rich.
Yeah, he could be.
You know when the guy takes the mask off, it always looks a bit like you. You pesky kids.
I had that job for quite a few years.
I think what's
Then
more...
Mo, the bartender, opened up and I moved up. For a while in between, I had an out-of-money experience.
Do you think most people believe in the paranormal? True or false?
Most people don't, no.
What about Derek Acora? There's the one thing, every time I see that show, Most Haunted, I always think, how come every ghost, no matter where it's from in history or location around the world, has got a Scouse accent? He'd be like a 17th century monk. Hello, everybody. Mary loves Dick. And all that. He loves that. That's his favourite phrase.
OK, so what do you think? Are you going to go true or false?
No, they don't. Most people don't believe.
OK, so you're going false, Jason?
Jodie, what do you think?
True.
You think true?
Yeah, I think true.
Let's go true.
OK, so you're going true, you're going false. I can tell you the answer is true. 58% of people believe in the paranormal. They're right. Paranormal is derived from the Greek. Para meaning you're not, and normal meaning normal. You're going to choose. Sean, what do you like the look of?
I like the little girl with the tongue... No, I mean, that sounds bad, doesn't it?
Can we just get social services on the phone, please? OK, all right, you've chosen the child. 20% of children have never seen what?
Is it their feet?
There's a lot of obesity about.
20% of children have never seen Santa Claus.
Most of them haven't.
Is it...
What?
He doesn't exist.
Oh, here we go again.
Wait to find out.
I had to tell my daughter that there was no such thing as a unicorn. And it's tough. But I wanted to prepare her for the future. You know, and things like Santa Claus. And then I hit a unicorn with my car. It was lying in my arms. And it looked up at me and it said, "You know, Rich, I've never got to do the things with my life that I wanted to." And then it died. So I'd say unicorn.
Never seen the country.
That is the right answer. Yes, 20% of children have never seen the countryside. The only thing I don't like about the countryside is the people, the animals, the smell, the lack of amenities. Did I mention the people? When visiting the countryside, don't let your dog worry the sheep with financial news from the city. So at the end of that round, it's 2 points to Sean's team and 5 points to Jason's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. Biggest waste of time.
Nope. This buzzer.
Oh, is it going to buzz?
Can we get Sean's
The biggest waste of time would have to be de-bobbling jumpers. It's a waste of time, because once a jumper's bobbled, that's it. It's always going to bobble. So the most you're going to get an hour. Without any bobbles on it. You get all the bobbles off, you think you've got a nice jumper again, and it just starts to bobble within, I'd say, less than an hour. It's probably pretty much starts straight away. You can't see it. You can't see it. But it's happening all the time. They're just bubbling up. But that is the biggest waste of time. Just accept the fact, once it's bobbled, it's over.
Correct answer. Yeah.
Thank you.
Is it phoning up to complain about something you've not seen or heard just because other people are doing it?
Oh, yes.
Brushing of teeth before bed. I know it's good. I know there are some positives, but I don't think it really... There's something about breath in the morning. It seems to be unavoidable. It's just hideous. I mean, my wife brushes her teeth like... She gets like a toothpaste beard. I mean, she really goes for it. But in the morning, it's just unbelievable. I don't know... And it doesn't help that everything begins with H as well. Hello. How did you sleep?
I like the fact that you in the morning, you and your wife, hello, hello.
Sorry. How do you start the day with your wife?
Well, we share...
Get up!
No.
Get up!
Is it the record of achievement file you had at school? That burgundy folder, every teacher went, you'll need this forever. Have you ever been to one interview where they've asked for it? Never.
In fairness, yours was very good, and that's how you got this job.
That's it.
When you're leaving a message, they kept having to go through that, to listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2. What is all this? I mean, it's like... People leaving a message, I'm not cutting an album. It's do people actually listen to it again? Do people do that? Do they say, darling, I'll be 5 minutes late. Do we need milk? OK, play it back. OK, let's go one more time on that. Do you know what other function winds me up?
Is drafts. Who drafts text messages? Who works on a text message throughout the week? Who takes a country cottage going, I'm working on this text at the moment. I've been through several drafts. It's not ready.
Safety announcements on planes. Utterly pointless, isn't it? If he's going to crash, adopt the brace position, because when you're found dead, it'll look like you're trying to blow yourself.
What do you want, though? You don't want to get in a plane and they just go, let's go.
Is it buying Friends on DVD? It's on telly more than the news, isn't it?
All right, you're close with Friends.
Is it Waiting for Friends?
That's the right answer.
Oh,
The biggest waste of time is waiting for friends. Friends are like buses. You wait ages for one to show up, and then they never do show up. You have to walk home alone in the rain. OK. Best thing about life in Britain.
Is it the moonlight glistening off a broken shopping trolley in a canal, reflecting off a dead dog's eyes? Is it that?
It's almost like a Beatles lyric.
You're never more than 500 miles away from Stephen Fry. I met him once. It was like hanging out with Google.
Life in Britain is just brilliant. I mean, I don't know why, but people just love it. And you sense this when people go on holiday. We tend to book holidays for 2 weeks, but then we all have this theory that, well, 10 days would have been enough, you know? We went for 2 weeks and we had a great time. The hotel was great and it was just fantastic. But, you know, after 10 days, you just want to get back to your shit life, don't you?
That's usually because you've found another British couple and they keep following you. You sort of make friends on the first 2 days and then you try and couple dump them for the rest of the time. Yeah, we'll meet you by the restaurant. Will we? Thought.
OK. Is it the incredibly high standards set by the BBC? I've been away.
Jodie, what do you think? What's the best thing about life in Britain?
I was about to say Strictly.
Yeah.
Oh, how's John Sargent still in it? He can barely walk. Rich, you live here and you...
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, you live here. What do you like about it?
No one says have a nice day to you, because it's not possible. Your dreams and your hopes and your optimism, all these great things that you have, and then you walk out of your house and a guy on a scaffold pees on your head.
I'll give you a clue. You can display them at the dinner table.
Your balls.
Your Nazi silverware.
Table manners.
Table manners, yeah, good manners is the right answer, I'll give you that. Yes, the best thing about life in Britain is good manners. And that was a survey of contemporary Britain conducted in 1873. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Russell and Rich have 3 points, but the winners are Jason, Jodie and Michael with 6 points. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
Irish eyes are smiling for Louis Walsh. It's the phone jacker reveal, K-Van Novak, and their team captain, Sean Locke. And facing them tonight, Big Mac, no cheese, Lee Mack. It's Fizz from Corey, Jenny McAlpine, and their team captain, Jason Manford. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, an iguana can stay underwater for 28 minutes or longer if you don't mind it dying? Per square inch of head, people with red hair have 750 fewer friends than other people. Forgot we had one in. And 93% of all greeting cards are purchased by women. Well, if they made a "I'm bored with you, but I can't be bothered to leave you" card, maybe we'd buy more. Let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. Jason's team, what do you think the top 5 most talked about things in Britain are this week?
Well, we've got one person who's been talked about all week right here, haven't we? Louis Walsh over there has been talked about on the old X Factor on Saturday. Everybody's going crazy about it.
I voted somebody out.
Yes.
But I kept somebody as well.
Who did you keep?
I kept Ruth.
Is she Titty Spaniard?
Yeah, exactly. She was the best in the sing-off.
She's the best Titty Spaniard I've ever seen.
That's what Simon thinks too.
Last night I dreamt of San Pedro.
Jimmy, this is... She deserved to stay. The other girl, bad song, hiding behind the piano, badly styled. I had to vote somebody out. If everybody cared so much about Laura, why didn't they vote for her so?
Well, if there was any way that they could, they would have.
You lift your phone and you dial.
You lift your phone and you dial?
Yeah.
Oh, like in the olden days?
Yeah. Jimmy, there's 4 good girls left.
That's no way to talk about JLS. Do you think it's gone a bit too far? Because there were questions asked in the House of Commons
About Laura being voted off?
Yeah, isn't that ridiculous?
Well, you know, you were up at Jonathan Ross's house. He was mentioned in the House of Commons as well, so...
The world's gone mad.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
there's nothing else in the news, really.
There's nothing else in the news except celebrities.
Yeah, there's no economic disaster or...
No.
I think David Cameron mentioned something about something that happened in an episode of Pingu the other day. He said there's no way to slip through that ice. In July, maybe, but not in November. I have thought about going on the X Factor, but the problem is all my family are healthy, my dad hasn't been in prison, I wasn't bullied, you know. I mean, no use. When you think about it, what the X Factor does, it takes people's sort of domestic tragedies and kind of turns them into qualifications. Like, your mum's dead, your dog's got cancer, you're going to have a hit. Is that unfair?
And I like Danny Minogue on it because everyone gets very emotional about it, and she's so professional because she never shows any emotion, does she? That's the sign of a real professional. How does she manage that, Lou?
I think it's something to do with Botox.
Oh, no, you didn't!
I like the first few episodes, they're my favourites. The first few episodes when there's the proper head the balls on. You know what I mean? Like the proper nutters, though. Like, they could really shorten it, you know, for me. Like, proper have people just going along the queue going, where are you from? Leeds. Where are you from? Hull. Where are you from? Narnia! All right, you're in. Go.
I feel sorry for them all.
That's how I feel when I watch Corrie. Kayvan, you do a lot of voices on Phone Jacker.
Yes.
Would you consider
On
doing...
X Factor.
Yeah?
Maybe I could do a name that tune right now. Nice. They touch your body. Everybody. Everybody like me. Oh.
I didn't think anyone could make that song gayer than George Michael, but you owned it. I
thought of going there. There's another scandal, wasn't there? There's one of the girls who was given a week off because she had laryngitis.
Yeah,
I don't think that's wrong. You get a week off. Freddie Mercury had AIDS. He carried on singing.
Let's have a look and see whether the X Factor is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, it is the third most talked about thing this week. Yes, this is the story. Laura White was voted off X Factor on Saturday, or as the world will remember it, 8/11. The important thing to remember about X Factor is it's a proper singing competition, and it's now between Crack Mum, Dead Wife, Leprechaun and Titsy Spanish. Those are the four names. OK, Sean, Louis and Kayvan, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
President Obama, he's become president of America last week. The way he's talking about is in his speech, acceptance speech, he said to his daughters in a very sort of touching moment, he said, "You can have that puppy now," which is actually a pretty crap promise, isn't it? If you're president of the United States, you'd at least say, "You can have a pony on the moon." And I'm going to have a penguin. That's what I'd do if I was president of the United States. I'd have a penguin just wandering around the White House like that. And I'd dress him up as a general. And everyone had to salute him wherever he went.
But there is a general, like a penguin who's a general of the... Is it the Norwegian army?
Have you been watching a lot of Walt Disney films recently?
I'm telling you. Google it. Google it. Not now, we're busy. But, you know, there is actually... I bet somebody in this audience knows that that's a fact.
What, the people?
Right? Look at that. Facts, facts, facts.
I don't know whether we're really covering the Obama story in the detail we should. Seems a bit penguin-y to me.
It must be quite tense for him. He knows he's president, but he knows he doesn't become president till January. It's a bit like when you're at school and your girlfriend's 15 years and 9 months. You're thinking... Come on, fly by. When you're at school, I said...
Oh, I see, right.
Oh, right, when you...
Oh, is that
I thought you meant when you hang outside of school.
I like Clinton said he said, "I really like Obama. I like his intelligence and I like his curiosity." I thought, curiosity isn't a strong point for somebody in the White House, is it? You don't want somebody walking around going, "What's this button for?"
Kevin, did you follow the election?
I was nervous. I thought, oh, my God, McCain might get in. I'm Iranian, so, you know, I'm kind of...
Do you know when you do those phone calls? I think it's great, Phone Jacker, but the bit I don't understand is you're phoning them up and doing all this. Why are you wearing a disguise?
Hey, bit of fun.
Shall we see if Obama's one of the most talked about things this week? Incredibly, still the most talked about thing in the news. Yes, it's Obama's first week as president-elect. Bookmakers are taking odds of 12-1 that Obama will be assassinated. It's a long shot, but some of these snipers are shit hot. Back over to you, Jenny, Jason and Lee.
Is it this
Is it belly drumming?
obesity business?
The obesity business. Go on, tell us more.
Tell me more.
Stop people being obese, the government.
Fat.
Obese or fat. Yeah, Louis, that's another way of putting it.
I'm going to join this initiative, right, because I put on a bit of weight over the last
Don't
few
even
weeks,
say it.
right? No, I weighed myself this morning, right, for this, right? I guess, just have a guess what I weigh. Just have a guess. I know this is...
I want to remain friends. I would rather not take part in this guessing game.
What do you reckon?
I reckon...
Two Ronnie Corbett's.
Two Ronnie Corbett's.
Sean's being polite. You meant Barker.
I'm going to join the initiative and I'm going to set my target as the 5th of April, right? And I'm going to get down... Apparently, my target weight is 13.5. That's what I should be getting down to. I'm going to go April the 5th. That's end of the tax year. And then when that bloke comes on the telly going, "Time is running out, time is running out," I can pretend he's talking about my life.
It's a fine idea. I can tell you this isn't one of the most talked about things this week, but it has been in the news. The government has launched a healthy eating campaign. Of course, it's not PC to use the term fat. We have to use words like bubble butt, fatty boom batty, chunky monkey wobble slobs, or blubbernaut. If you're insulted by any of those terms, how about a salad?
They should bring back bullying. That's what they should do. There's no fat kids, really. There's only the old fat kids, weren't there?
There was one in every class.
The doctor should say, I prescribe 3 school bullies. And then, as soon as you go out, they just run after you, go, fatty, fatty, boom, boom, fatty, boom, boom. Yeah, you'd soon lose it.
Sean, K-Van and Louis, what else have the nation been talking about?
Is it the raunchy vicar who was banned from the clergy for 12 years for being drunk in services and swinging? Yeah, she's a swinging vicar. Not only did she do swinging, but she was also a voyeur, because if she believed that God would be watching. So that's a bit kinky.
Yeah.
Started.
Come on, God, you love it.
Yeah. But I just think all that praying in the daytime and swinging at the night time, imagine, must have made havoc with her knees.
It'd be great if she did the marriage, wouldn't it? And she says, do you take him? Because I know I have.
Oh, she only got caught when she turned up wearing the wrong dog collar.
There are lots of clues for all the keys in the collection plate.
I think that this is actually... The woman that should be blamed for this, or the bloke, is actually the careers officer who told her to go into it in the first place, because at some point they've sat down with her and said, what are you into? And she's gone, I really like motorbikes, getting really pissed and shagging other people's husbands. And at some point they've gone, you thought of being a vicar?
Obviously, this swinging situation, people are just meeting for the first time, I imagine, or you know, they've organised it on the internet and then they've got together. Do you think there's a bit of pillow talk, a little bit of, like, in the middle of it? Like, what do you do for a living, then? I'm a vicar. Yeah, right, sure you are, yeah.
It's better than, hey, love, have a guess how much I weigh. But you can't guess, can you?
Shall we see whether this female vicar misbehaving is one of the most talked about things this week? Yes, a female vicar has been banned from the clergy for drunken behaviour and sexual indiscretions. Let us not forget Luke 23, a plumber from Dagenham who she met on the internet. Her congregation got suspicious when she said today's hymns are him, 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 and those two fellas from the back. Let's go. Fingers on buzzers, 2 more things to guess.
Well, there's been a big hoo-ha, hasn't it? The banks have they've took this 1.5% off. The government told them to take 1.5% off interest rates, and some of the banks are refusing to pass it on to us. And they've actually said, we're not charities. We're not charities. You're like, well, hold on a minute, you've got short fucking memories, haven't you? Remember the other week when you were like, can we lend some money?
Jimmy, a lot of people are buying gold as well.
A lot of people are buying
They're
gold?
buying
I know
gold.
you're doing very well, Louis. Don't go on about it.
They're keeping it at home.
Oh, I'm buying gold.
One thing I've noticed is Cockney rhyming slang. Merchant banker no longer means wanker.
What does it mean now?
Unemployed.
OK, let's see if the banking crisis is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, the economic crisis continues this week. I'm not an expert, but the way I see it, the economy is going to get worse before it gets better. Or better before it gets worse. Or stay the same. One of those 3. Fingers on buzzers, 1 more thing to get.
Peaches Geldof and her 99-day marriage. There's a piece of cheese in my fridge that's been there longer than their marriage. It's ridiculous.
It's not over yet, by the way. They're only in crisis talks.
Gordon Brown's having crisis talks.
I know, but Peaches is too.
The only reason I think Peaches Geldof is famous is that readers of Heat magazine think she's one of their 5 a day. She's one of those inexplicably famous people. I don't mind people being famous if they can do something, if they can act or sing or murder.
Right, shall we have a look and see whether Peach's divorce is one of the most talked about things this week? Yes, this is the story. Peaches Geldof's marriage is in crisis after just 98 days. Bob Geldof called her stupid, immature and thoughtless before finally settling on Peaches. So that's our top 5 for this week. In other news, an exam board has removed a Gary Glitter song from its GCSE music paper. You don't want Gary Glitter to be associated with the words, shh, turn over, you've got an hour. Well, at the end of that round, Sean, Louis and Kayvan have 2 points. Jason, Lee and Jenny have 3 points. So our next round is called Pick of the Polls. Jason, Jenny, Lee, what do you like the look of?
We'll go with the England football fan.
Let's have a look at a clip to illustrate the question.
With Grandad, it's more of a street party than a street fight.
Right, he's not Grandad, it's our Grandad. He's ours, he's Millwall's Grandad.
They know me at the South Stand Upper, because I tend to get up a bit and give him a few songs.
He's Millwall's Dalai Lama, he's Millwall's spiritual leader.
He'll look round and he'll see all the sad faces and he'll just get up and have a little go.
Fuck 'em all! Fuck 'em all, that's how I start off, you know. Fuck 'em all! Fuck 'em all! You know you West Ham Liverpool!
Louis, I think he sang that like he meant every word.
Yeah. And he made it his own as well,
He did, he owned that song.
He owned the song, yeah.
Is he potentially world-class?
No.
I like the idea that he said he's our Dalai Lama. That's absolutely fantastic. Because the Dalai Lama is famous for going, what do we think of China? Fuck 'em all!
That is a hell of a confident fella, though, too. I don't know if you've ever tried to start a song at the football by yourself and think, yeah, this one will go well, you know, and then see if people are joining. You just look like a tit.
I try it with, I'm every woman, it's all in me, Chelsea!
When you go to football now, it's like everyone's got Alzheimer's, the early stages, isn't it? Because all the songs are like, who are you? Who's the bastard in the black? How did I get here? What's my name? What's for pudding?
I do, when I make up football chants that nobody sings. Right. And I do put a lot of work in. And Chelsea had a player called Hernan Crespo for a while. And I made up this long, long song.
Let's hear it.
And, oh, Hernan Crespo, will you marry me? Oh, Hernan Crespo, will you marry me with your volley, bicycle kick and lob? Oh, no, fair maid, I cannot marry you because I have no boots to put on. So off she went.
But this didn't catch on.
Oh, off she went to Abramovich's chest and got him some boots of the very, very best.
Never caught on. OK, your related question. 24% of football fans wouldn't what?
Sing any of my songs.
Is it 24% of football fans wouldn't really know the parentage of the referee, but are willing to hazard a guess?
OK, then, you're a football fan. Who do you support?
I support Liverpool.
You're from Liverpool, aren't you? You sound like you're from Liverpool.
I am, yeah. No, I'm not. I'm from Kilburn. But
near Liverpool.
When you're Iranian, you either support Manchester United or you support Liverpool, because when you start supporting teams, you are, you know, it's 86 and Liverpool are #1 and Manchester United #2. So
funny that, because I'm from near Liverpool and we used to have to support either Iraq or Iran.
Everyone thinks they know how to manage a football team, but I play Football Manager, right, when I get home. I love that game, right? I play it all the time. And my wife comes in, she's like, what are you doing this? It's not even a game. I say, it's tactics, love. And they're all up here, tactics. I mean, I probably shouldn't wear a suit. I've probably gone too far.
My dad's retired to the coast and he likes his football. He goes to watch like a team in like really low non-league football. And what he likes about it is you can go there and when you have a cup of tea, you get like a china mug. You know, and there's a plate with biscuits on it and you can take some biscuits. And he went the following season, they got promoted. And he went to the tea hut and this woman gave him a styrofoam cup and he had to buy like a sealed packet of biscuits. And he said, well, what's happened to the cup and where's the plate of biscuits? He said, oh, well, we've got promoted to another league and you're not allowed to have china cups. And he went, hope we get relegated.
It's to do with male bonding.
Wouldn't snog the bloke next to them. Wouldn't kiss or fondle, put their hand down their trousers when they score a goal. You know, sometimes when you score, you just want to grab the guy and really take it.
Nearest damn it, that is the right answer, yes.
Sorry about that, Louis.
The answer is, in fact, hug. Sean, Kayvan and Louis, your turn to choose. What do you like the look of?
The world.
You like the look of the world?
Yeah.
Half the world's population has never what?
Shat in a plastic bag.
It's exactly what I have on the card, yes.
I have shat in a plastic bag.
Why did you shit in a plastic bag?
I was 13 years old and I forgot my keys. After school, and my mum as a security measure, locks the door between the kitchen and the rest of the house. So I managed to break into the kitchen. And then I got there, I thought I was home dry, ready, you know, you kind of relax a little bit, you're like, okay, I found it, it's time, and the door was locked.
Why didn't you go back out and do it in the garden?
I was shit in my own garden.
Half the world's population has never backcombed a badger. A big, like, goth badger.
Is it half the world has never used a computer?
Oh, you're not far off with that, yeah.
Half the world's population has used a computer. Oh, that's the same thing, isn't it?
Give us a clue, Jimmy. Is it mobile phones?
That is the right answer.
Is it?
Yeah, it's near enough to get the point, yeah. Yes. Half the world's population has never made or received a phone call. It's like half the world's population doesn't care who gets voted off X Factor. So at the end of that round, it's 4 points for Sean's team and 3 points for Jason's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. Most annoying thing about work colleagues.
The most annoying thing about work colleagues is that they always go running to the boss, accusing you of sexual harassment. And it doesn't matter how many times you move jobs, different town, different name. It keeps cropping up as a recurring theme. He's doing it again! It's like the 8th time in a year, and none of it is true. Is it that?
Is it when they come in and they go, oh, I had a dream last night, and you really want to just go, can I stop you there? Couldn't give a shit. Right.
I get a bit annoyed with people who do things to me in dreams. So, like, if I had a dream about you, I'd be a bit funny with you the next day.
Would you?
And if you were nice to me, I
You had a dream about me?
would. Not that kind of dream, Jimmy.
I can't stand it when people come in on a Monday morning and they want to tell you what a great time they've had on the weekend.
What, they come in and they go, well, yeah, we had a barbecue and it was the kid's birthday?
Yeah.
With their stories of their lives?
I want to fucking...
Jenny, what's the most annoying thing about people on Coronation Street?
The most annoying thing is perhaps that Weatherfield is the most dangerous place to live with, like, there's about 17 murderers in each family on average.
I would imagine that is annoying.
Yeah.
Whenever I watch Coronation Street, I think, how come no one watches
watches
TV? Is it because they're worried they're going to see one of their dead friends on the bill? They go, oh, my God, it's my dad on the bill.
Dev goes to my gym.
Does he?
Yeah, he goes to my gym and...
You go to the gym?
Yeah, I go to the gym. There's a lovely cafe.
Most annoying thing about work colleagues?
Is it when they leave their mobile phone on the desk for about 4 hours while they're in a meeting? It just keeps ringing and ringing. It's called a mobile phone. You dickhead, take it with you.
We used to do that. If anyone left their phone in the office, we used to take it and send a text. So we did it to my friend Damo. We sent a text to his girlfriend saying, don't worry, she'll never find out. Kiss, kiss. And then she obviously phoned... He came back and that had 67 missed calls. And then so he phoned her and went, no, I don't know what I don't know what you're talking about. No, it must be the guys messing around. Passed us the phone and we went...
Wow.
They're broken up now.
Is it when they suggest you all do a nude calendar? I'd just like to say, no, I won't be Mr. October, Jimmy.
I'd rather be one of the cold months, and then you've got an excuse, haven't you?
I'll give you a clue. It's egg is the worst culprit.
Oh, is it smelly sandwiches? Or
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
Most annoying thing about work colleagues. Yes, the most annoying thing about work colleagues is smelly food.
That is right. The last aeroplane I went on, do you know what they served?
What did they serve?
Rainbow trout in an aeroplane. Can you imagine how much that smelled? Stunk, because you can't open the windows.
OK, next question. Least pleasant voice.
Oh, is it Laura off the X Factor, according to Louis?
Yeah, Louis. Has she got the least pleasant voice, has she?
She was the least pleasant voice last week of the two in the sing-off. And no regrets.
No regrets. Just got to move on, live your life.
The worst voices are the ones in my head. The ones in my head that say, start fires. Yes, you. No, I won't kill Jimmy.
Your voices are so evil. That's not... My voice goes, just as I'm dropping off, just goes, have you locked the back door?
Jimmy, give us a clue.
She's from London.
Oh, great, you've narrowed it down to
Hold
16
on.
million.
I was going to say, is it?
She's got big teeth. There you go.
Esther Ranson?
No.
Janet Street Porter.
Correct. Yes, the least pleasant voice is Janet Street Porter's. I'm not saying her voice is bad, but hello, I'm Janet Street Porter in sign language is... Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Louis and Kayvan have 4 points, Jason, Lee and Jenny have 5 points. They're tonight's winners. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.